Sweet aroma fills a loving house. Genuine joy fills a nurturing family. Peace be with everyone. Welcome to Time Under the Eaves. May the sweet aroma be around you and all those whom you love. Today, the topic we will be sharing is be peacemakers in our lives. In our lives, we may be part of various groups, at school, in the workplace, in various clubs, and even in our families. But within each group, there are people who come from varying backgrounds. It's inevitable that we meet with people of different ideologies. The differences in our upbringing, our way of communicating, our personality, our attitudes, and our principles make us susceptible to offending someone we've just met, especially before we build up trust and familiarity. If we are not careful, a conflict can be created and cause others to shut themselves out from the group. Conflicts are something we wish would never happen in any group, but they are also hard to prevent. If we are the ones offended, how can we avoid conflicts with others? Could we start with ourselves to prevent conflicts and disappointments? There may be groups that we can avoid, but as human beings, it is impossible to completely segregate ourselves from others. We must connect with others to live a normal life. Be sincere in order to build trust. Communication is the best way to resolve a conflict. We can see many examples in our daily lives where great conflict and regret is caused by the lack of communication. To connect with others, we must first become familiar, understand one another, and build a sincere and trusting relationship. When one fully knows another, it is less likely that they misunderstand each other or second-guess each other. Even if they are in disagreement, their opinions come from a good heart, hoping things may be done in a good way. Avoiding the problem doesn't solve the problem. Avoiding conflict when you've been hurt is as if you are hiding behind a large wall, preventing yourself from finding a way out. Even though you may hope that time will solve everything, or that you're protecting yourself from further harm, this is a passive method to deal with conflicts. To avoid communication and resolution is to give yourself a life sentence. Jesus teaches us to face our problems and solve them. He says in the Bible, "Therefore, if you bring your gift to the altar, and there remember that your brother has something against you, leave your gift there before the altar, and go your way. First, be reconciled to your brother, and then come and offer your gift." Treat others how you want to be treated. We all want to be understood, and sometimes we would think that others should naturally understand us. When we offend others, we want to be forgiven. Similarly, others would want to be forgiven when they accidentally offend us. Therefore, we should forgive others first. When we reach out that first step, we may receive the same response from others. Jesus teaches us, "Therefore, whatever you want men to do to you, do also to them. For this is the law and the prophets. To love others as ourselves, we must also treat others the way we ourselves want to be treated." Think positively. Things can look different depending on the angle we take. Different starting points may have different results. If we think about things with negative thoughts, others' actions may seem harmful to us. But if we change our perspective and think positively, the same action may look different. Sometimes we meet trouble because we fall into the habit of negative thinking. If our heart is full of suspicion, doubt, and unbelief, the world will look very dark and ugly. But when you look at the world with love, it can be full of light, beauty, and hope. Respect personal boundaries. Everyone has things they want to keep to themselves, or only tell a select few, depending on the relationship. Even the most outgoing person needs some personal space. So when you are not so familiar with each other, it would be better not to pry into their personal life. It may seem innocuous to ask a new friend about work, marriage, and children, but if they've been hurt in these areas, we may just be rubbing salt into their wound. Be cautious with our words and deeds. Words are the most common killer of interpersonal relationships. Often, the speaker has no particular intention in saying something, but the listener might add their own meaning into it, and then the damage is done. King David once said, "I will guard my ways, lest I sin with my tongue. I will restrain my mouth with a muzzle, while the wicked are before me." If we value our relationships, we must learn to restrain our tongues. A good interaction starts from self-discipline. We should think about what might hurt or scar someone, and can it be avoided? May we all learn to become peacemakers in our lives.
This concludes our sharing for mutual encouragement. If you like the content of this video, please share it with those around you. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. May the peace of our Lord Jesus Christ be with all of you.